right, 125 starting off. We got number 7, Cooper Flynn versus Wilfred Tanafu.
Flynn transferred this year from Virginia Tech, has settled in nicely, multiple top 10 wins into the University of Minnesota lineup.
Yep. Tanafu is coming in from Bismarck High School in Bismarck, North Dakota. Looking like he's got a brother on the team as well, like competing for Michigan. So right now they're just kind of feeling each other out. We got some ties going, you know. This will be interesting to see how we get going on this start.
Yeah. Usually getting things going, 125. Got to get the momentum going here. Guys feeling each other out. Just made weight.
Yeah, that's always the toughest. 125 usually starts the duel, and they're usually the ones pulling the most weight. So it seems a little cruel that we start them at that weight.
Absolutely.
But
nothing better than a heavyweight finish.
Yeah, that is true, especially with Gable Stevenson anchoring for the Gophers now. Nice shot from Flynn. He's in on that single leg. Working corner, knee drops. Picking it up. A little trip in front. Nice cover. Right to a nice, tough ride. Going deep waist. Tanafu is working pretty well, though. He keeps moving his hips out and away.
Yeah, that was really good motion by Tanafu.
Yeah, I like that. You got to keep your hips going on bottom. Make the top guy chase your hips till they just say enough of that. We'll see if Tanafu has a little answer for this now. You know, that was a nice single leg shot from Flynn, but it seems like Tanafu's got some natural ability. He's been dropping in, faking. Let's see if he will, go ahead and make an attempt on this leg that Flynn's leading hard on the right. So.
Yeah, good motion by Tanafu. Still waiting for him to rip off an attack off of that. I think there may be some openings there for him.
Well, yeah, so he's good in the hand fight. He keeps, he's pulling those arms off, and there we are, right? Like I said, on that lead leg of Flynn, and that was no more. There's reaction time now with college wrestling. I don't know if that was last year or the year before, but before you hit a slide by a guy's hands touch the mat, that's 2 points or 3 now automatically. And they're I think they just didn't like how quick that made the scoring. So officials just reviewed it. He's about to, Ref Angel's about to make, call stands, no control. Just not enough time. Flynn did a great job of moving. He kept his hips going out, and as Tanafu worked up the body, Flynn's hands came back off the mat.
I think that's the right call too, right? A takedown is control.
Yep.
If you can't prove control, then maybe it shouldn't be 3 points. I mean, you got an extra point now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we can't be flippant with our giving points out anymore. 3-point takedown, 2, 3, and 4-point back points. You can score quick and in bunches. So
good encouragement to younger wrestlers too to continue to wrestle through all positions, right? Like it's all about winning the next position. You don't know if your hand hits. Still time to wrestle through.
Give yourself a chance.
Yeah.
So we're just finished up the first period there. Flynn up 3-1. He makes the selection down. I got a feeling he'll be up and out pretty quick here. Yep, up, boom, nice little roll through working back to the leg, elevating. And Tanafu kicks out. It's a smart call. You give up the one, don't get reversed there.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Cooper was trying to almost threaten him right there to be like, nah, I don't really want to mess around in that position anymore.
Yep, and here we go. Now we're out in the open. Tanafu is hitting those fakes. I like it. Trying to get back to that lead leg of Flynn on the right foot. Flynn's a little back, but now he's kind of working up. That was nice. Nice threats. I don't know what Flynn's.
I think hands or maybe fingers getting caught in the headgear a little bit, and
looking to the ref.
Maybe it's a little intentional.
Yeah. Well, I think it was just it's a hard hand fight. Your hands are swiping up. You get caught in eyes and headgear and stuff. It happens.
It does happen.
But you're right. He's doing kind of that push forward. You might catch an eyeball or something like that. Not a great feeling. I would like to see, Tanafu is really putting the pace on right now. And he gets a stalling call called against Flynn. I mean, I don't disagree with it. I think Flynn needs to get a little more forward action.
Yeah, Tanafu's definitely, he's making first contact. He's controlling the center of the mat. He's putting out attempts right now. And that's kind of where the momentum shifts. You see Cooper kind of come back in there.
I do like this. This is a good exchange here.
30 seconds in the period.
I would like to see Flynn start, working up wrist, getting to an elbow tie or head tie, because right now he's getting, and even Tanafu now, I thought he was going to be more wrestling from space, but he's working his own 2-on-1, getting some control.
Yeah, I've been impressed with his forward pressure and his intensity in the hand fight. I don't know. I know when I was competing, right, I always felt like the intensity of the hand fight really set the precedent for the rest of the match, right? If it's all about trying to make your opponent react to you. If that guy's reacting to you the whole time.
Yep.
You're going to be in a way better off.
Oh yeah, you feel like you're wrestling, you're just reacting, and it's a hard thing to do to get your own offense going. So here's a big period. Tanafu is choosing down. He's down 1-4, but he gets a stand up. It's 2-4, and it's a 3-point takedown. This is anyone's match right now. Are we calling, is that a caution on Flynn, or is Angel putting that?
I think Cooper jumped a little bit right there.
Nice chop, going deep waist and claw. He's going to try to throw a boot in. He's got a leg in now. This is going to be good for Flynn. Good position, right, and working that ankle in the cross body, leg ride. Right there, he's got a nice control of the hip, almost going to a figure 4 position. This is a tough ride.
Yeah, you can kind of stretch him out. You see how his body's pretty extended right there. In order to get out, he's going to have to get his hips underneath him, right?
100%. And right now, I think if this goes on much longer, I think Angel will be calling a stalemate. But we also remember Flynn's got a stalling call too, so he's got to be smart in this ride. Make sure that he's actually attempting to work and break down Tanafu and just not trying to get a ride out.
Yeah.
There we go. Bust him to the hip. Now he's working arm bar.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you might have something here.
It's a strong ride.
This is a good ride.
Throughout the year, it's been really, really strong on top. So I think
well, and
very comfortable.
And at the collegiate level, you need to be, when it comes down to it, you have to ride to win. And you're going to come across matches in Big Ten duels, the Big Ten Conference Championship, or even NCAAs. And there's times where you got to put away an opponent with a close match, and you got to ride it and finish out the match. But I would
win with just over a minute of riding time here after that exchange. Fresh start.
Back to the leg ride, cross body. He's in the hip. Working that far arm, trying to maybe pull it back, go arm bar with it, even maybe threaten a guillotine. Breaking down wrist control. I think he's gonna, 20 seconds left. Tanafu's laying flat. He's pretty much pinned to the mat. This is gonna be a tough 10 seconds for him.
Yeah, and you notice every time, even when Tanafu tries to get
right to a sit.
Going, oh.
There we go. He's on his feet. He's got to move now. We got 5 seconds. You got to remember, Flynn does have riding time. And he will win the match. 1 point for riding time. It's a 5-2 match.
Yeah,
Flynn.
Good exchanges.
Flynn did what he had. He had a nice takedown on the first, and he wrestled through that takedown that he almost gave up. Second period, he maybe was a little bit back on his heels, but then got the top position and really worked it. So.
Michigan starter at the beginning of the year, Dylan Ragusin, out with a torn ACL, and Whartonson coming up from 125 and filling in the spot.
Yeah, he's got a 5-8 record on the season for being a 125-pounder wrestling up. He's utility guy. He's answering the call of his coaches and stepping up a weight. It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah,
Wells does look. You look at his upper body and hips. He does have a little size on Wharton. Wharton probably did weigh in about 133, but it's a different 133 than what Wells is.
Yeah, Wells full size 133 pounder, coming off a pretty strong
Nice
freshman year last year.
Yeah, very nice. Well, that was a nice elbow pull threat from Wells. And worked back up to the underhook position. You know what I'd like to see more from Wells. Wells has been doing a great job on his feet, but sometimes, he's a fast wrestler. He's got great attacks, but he likes it. He almost ties himself up sometimes in those tight tie, collar tie, and underhook positions. He's got great hands and great movement, and they're heavy. He can pull guys and get to nice attacks.
Yeah, I have noticed he has extremely heavy hands, which is such a great thing for Division I wrestling.
Exactly, and especially at lightweights when you can really pull a guy down to the mat and start working corners. That was a beautiful knee pull single. Wharton did a great job squaring up, whizzering, fighting, kind of threatening himself. Now he's trying to jack up Wells, but Wells kind of bundling those two arms, stepping in.
Yeah. It's kind of turning what could have been an advantageous position for Wharton right there into his own. Ooh, nice inside trip.
That was beautiful. Very nice. He's got to work up, though. He's going to get called for, you got a 5-second count. You get that takedown, you're down on the legs.
Yeah.
Or even from a riding position, you need to work up to the body.
Great work by Wells right there. I think everybody would think the underhook is the advantageous position where you bring that elbow down like Wells did. It now becomes his overhook, and you have a plethora of attacks coming off of that as well. And you saw even Wharton retreating there because he didn't like being there, which led right into the inside trip because he's sitting on his heels as he's pulling away.
Nice little forward return from Wells. He used his outside leg, scoop leg, brought his hips in and brought him forward to the mat. Yeah, that inside trip was beautiful.
Almost Zach Sanders-esque.
Yeah, almost.
Zach Sanders, assistant coach for the University of Minnesota, 4-time All-American at 125, and works primarily with a lot of the lighter weights.
Yeah. Zach is the lightweight coach for the Gophers. I mean, he does a great job with those guys, 25 through 49. And he's in the room. He's on the mat almost every day with these guys. He still scraps with them. He's tough.
Gotta love that about a lot of these Big Ten coaches. They're still working out almost as much as the guys.
Oh yeah. You could put a singlet on and be pretty competitive.
Wells closes out the period 3-1. We got 36 seconds of riding time as well.
Wharton selects down. I think, not a bad decision from him. I think, he'll get away from Wells. Wells, not the greatest rider. He's been more, dominant on his feet. That's a position we can get better at. He's going to pop up right away, pick hands, keep hips out, cut away. But maybe Wells, it wasn't, maybe didn't want to ride. Let's start getting some work going on our feet. You're a number 18 ranked, full-bodied 133-pounder versus a guy wrestling an up a weight. I'm sure the coaches are expecting bonus points from Wells today. Wharton hit with a stalling call from ref Angel Rivera. Nice little elbow drag to a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Well, and Wells was a cadet world champion, U17. He's got a lot of freestyle experience on the world stage, and you can see it in his offense on his feet. Nice.
He's creating good pressure. You get a stall call.
Coach Bourmet not happy with Wharton. He's pointing at the mat. Run back to the center. Let's go. Kind of fired up a little bit.
1 minute period.
These guys now kind of into the Big Ten season, had a couple matches under their belt. Kind of entering into what they call, the Big Ten grind, the toughest part of the season. Talk to us a little bit, Brett, with your experience about how, important that Big Ten season is.
It is the biggest part of your season. And for me, I never had a tough weight cut, so I can't say that it was as a grind as some of the guys, my teammates that were pulling hard weight. But it's crazy. Every week you're having a duel. You're wrestling a top 10 team. You're pulling weight, and then you're wrestling a top 10 guy. Like, and even the guys that aren't, they're top ranked in the 20 or 30, they are all tough, and they want to beat you because, everything matters. Seeds matter at Big Ten tournament and NCAA. So there is no bye week.
No rest for the wicked.
No rest for the wicked, definitely not.
Some nice exchanges right there. Wells almost coming around on a counterattack. Close out the end of the second period, 4-2. Wells is choosing down.
So Wells kind of oaked up on bottom, picking hands, going to a sit. He'll peel one hand out of a pocket. I think he should be out pretty quick here. Elbow dropping. Worden, good pressure. He's not riding on his knees, but, when someone's in a sit out, it's hard to be on your toes. It's not a bad position to be on your knees. You can pull guys back to a chin drop position or drive them forward, try to either break them down or throw on a cradle.
See Wells doing a good job with his cup and cover, trying to clear those hooks, and really you just got to get one side clear, as you saw there.
Yep.
And as Jay Robinson would say, let the horses out of the corral.
Exactly.
Right? Take your hips out to the opening.
And
clears one side, and then take your hips out to the other side. I think that's simple, but it's very effective.
Speaking of Jay Robinson, legendary coach Jay Robinson, almost 30 years with the Gophers, in attendance today with some of his good buddies.
Yeah, great seeing Jay. Dre back out supporting everybody. Meanwhile, great high crotch attempt and catch and release by Wells, trying to get to those bonus points.
That's exactly what we talked about, He's a little, we're in a little outmatched in size right now. They're expecting, I would say, a major decision at the very least from Wells. He's got his arm trapped right now. It's a tough position. I think I don't know if Angel was given a danger count there a little bit, or kind of letting him know that he's breaking that 90-degree plane. But that's a tough spot. Maybe we can get a stalemate. There we are.
Yeah, good job by Wharton right there. Trapping that arm in that submarine position. It's textbook. Be able to slow him down, because that was a really clean attack by Wells. 19 seconds left. One takedown would lock in the major.
And there we are. A caution called on Wells. I'm still not clear if that's his first or second one. There was a top-bottom caution. But regardless, it doesn't matter now. We got 13 seconds left. Wells trying to put it on. See one final attempt.
And fighting hard.
Wharton holding position.
Level change here.
Wow.
Nice.
Three-point takedown. Collected the ankles. Nice bundle to finish.
Very clutch.
Yep. Riding time point awarded. And Wells wins 12-3 versus Wharton.
Great job by Wells. Continue to wrestle. Get the bonus points.
Lemley and Von Bauer. This one will be fun. There will be some great wrestling.
Absolutely. Von Bauer known for his high pace, scrambling ability.
And like I said at the start of the duel, Lemley, he came on. He's a true sophomore. He was a true freshman last year. Came onto the scene. He put some, I forget who it was, but he put some high-level guys, top 10 in the country, on their backs when cradles, pinned them, and kind of stormed onto the scene.
It's good hard hand fighting to start this match. See Vance making sure he tries to clear that collar tie. Doesn't want to let anybody hang on his head. But Lemley definitely meeting the pressure, and that's what we talked about, the intensity of the hand fight, right? Both guys are trying to jockey for who's going to set the pace right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're both working kind of 2-on-1, some wrist wrestling. Lemley got some heavy hands coming over the collar and pulling the back of Von Bauer's head, too. Now here it is. We're just sitting waiting, but I promise you there will be action. Once someone goes underneath for legs, it will be a flurry. One guy looking to score, the other guy looking to defend, and it will be something crazy will happen.
Ooh.
That was nice. Lemmy threatened with like a little inside elbow pull or slide. Try to go to a single leg.
Yeah, it looks like every time Vance is coming in with that collar tie, he's looking to go 2-on-1, and as that angle comes back around, he's got a little drag on the other side, which is pretty nice. I think that might be some of his combinations. We'll see more here.
Yeah, you know what? Nice attempt from Von Bauer. Lemmy threatens underneath. Yeah, this is good stuff. You can tell. I'm pretty sure that Michich still trains with Michigan with the Cliff Clean Wrestling Club, and you can see some of that. And I think Michich is also an Indiana boy, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like Lemley from here. There's quite a pipeline. Michigan's been pulling a lot of the Indiana recruits up.
Yeah, Michich's a 2023 world champion.
And they do have a good freestyle and Greco club, Cliff Clean Wrestling Club out there at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, and they train some pretty great athletes there. So you can see their college guys looking pretty solid.
Yeah, impressive coaching staff. Former national team coach Kevin Jackson, and also multiple-time NCAA champ Alex Derringer now taking the helm of the regional training center.
Yep.
They consistently have produced really strong freestyle and Greco. They had both heavyweights on the Olympic team this last year. Adam Kuhn for Greco and Mason Paris for freestyle.
That's an impressive feat for sure.
Plus many other guys that actually wrestle for other countries as well. They have different citizenship, but train out of the Michigan RTC.
So Von Bauer chose down. A quick stand up to get away. Gives them a 1-0 lead. Both guys, this is a very well, an even matchup. This has been solid wrestling. A lot of feeling each other out. A lot of faking and feinting. No great commits yet. We would like to see.
Yeah. Even with that, though, I mean, the hand fight has been hard. It's almost like two battering rams going at each other. First attempt here by Von Bauer, getting deep.
Sergio heavy hips hit the corner, threatened Von Bauer. Von Bauer had a decent shot, and then his angle, he gave up his angle, and it was him wrestling out of that position.
Yeah, even for the low score, this is some great wrestling happening right now.
Attempt from Lemley.
1 minute period.
Lemley throwing it. That was a nice little. Right, he goes right from those legs back up to the underhook, throwing by, attacking. A pretty good pace from Lemley right now.
Yeah, I'd love to see the combinations, right? One thing's not there. There's going to be something else open.
Von Bauer went in deep, found his lock underneath Lemley's butt and just trying to pull it in. This is definitely
so good.
And look at Lemley stepping over. Oh, that was a nice exchange. Von Bauer with a little limp arm, and we're back up to our feet.
Yeah, you saw Lemley bundle there, kind of similar to how Matt Ramos just pinned so many guys at 125 right there and stepping over, but a lot of good attack, counterattack to the counter wrestling going on.
Well, this will be, I'm sure Lemley's going to choose down. Von Bauer's tough on top. He's got a tough ride, but I think the coaching staff for Michigan expects Lemley to get a stand-up almost immediately.
Yeah, going into the third period here, we're really seeing a showcase of what Big Ten Wrestling's all about. Hard hand fighting, good attack, counter attack, and really what'll end up happening is who's going to have the best pace and who's going to be able to keep wrestling through positions all the way through. Nothing's going to be easy in this match. We head into the better part of the third period.
No, this is going to be. We're tied up 1-1 now. I think we're literally at 0 riding time. So this is about as even a matchup as you can get. And selfishly, I wouldn't mind seeing us going to overtime either. But I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of action in the next minute and a half. There we go. Von Bauer likes to kind of shoot that high crotch, and then he dropped into the single on the other side. He's got such long arms. He can lock into the hip almost from his stomach. It's impressive.
Yeah, so extended. That's what makes him so dangerous. Is that
now Von Bauer working up, going waterfall position, got both legs trapped. Lemley's, again, tricky. This is not going to be an easy or clean finish.
He's looking to hook that bottom leg, try to secure it.
Ooh, stepping over. Now he's just got to work his head up. Just got to work his head up, okay, or he could threaten danger, but he's got to really sit back. Now let's how long is ref Angel Rivera going to give? Wow. Palmar's got to work up, avoid the stalling call, which maybe he should just take the stalling call. Too late. Lemley's back to his feet. Now it's 4-2. 20 seconds to go.
Lemley's going to come out with one last storm of attempts here. Really important for Von Bauer to hold down position, lock down, and keep wrestling. He does. Come out with a 4-2 win in a very big Big Ten match.
Yeah, it was nice. He had the leg hook, kind of bundled those knees together. Lemley was forced to turn down. Maybe it wasn't as, I don't know, maybe I thought it would be a higher scoring match, but you got two pretty equal opponents like that. You know, so it can be come down to just one takedown.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Clear one pocket, and you can cut out. I mean, it's hard to hold on to a guy when you only have one side of their body controlled.
Yeah, you see a lot of patterns, right? It's simple concepts that get repeated over and over again. You know, and the best guys just really good at it.
Well, yeah, they're consistent.
Really with those positions.
Well, at the end of the day, there's knowing and then there's doing. I mean, all these guys are well-trained athletes. They've been wrestling their whole life. Everyone knows what to do in the positions. It's actually executing and doing it in the match was what differentiates the best guys from, you know, the next level guys to the third tier. And we are back in the collar tie. Gilcher kind of hanging with right arm, looking, threatening attacks. Nice pull from Roberts, but he's just, again, yeah.
Yeah, Roberts really struggling to get offense going. Gilcher, nice low
That was
by him.
nice.
Yeah.
Now Roberts got 70 seconds. This is big. End of match, end of period stuff. He needs to kick away. And Gilcher hanging on underneath. He gets hits with a stalling call, which ideally, you'd like to see Roberts get away and get that one, but no. Worst case scenario, he gets the stalling call. That will help in this match.
Strategically, that was great by Gilcher. We've had like 5 straight minutes almost of hard hand fighting, and when you do that over and over again, it starts to get a little routine maybe, and you start thinking that you're just going to club or brace a club, and he changes levels like that and drops in on a low ankle.
Yeah, that was very well executed. And the best part was, I mean, he's got the takedown 15 seconds, and he rides hard. And he takes this, you know, you have to take the stalling call. It's the end of the period. You just cannot let your opponent get away with short time like that.
Yeah.
So 5 seconds. I don't know. Now we're discussing time, I think, at the table. Right to his feet. That was nice from Roberts. Ooh, and that was tough. I mean, I appreciate the effort Roberts gave, but turned back right into Gilcher. Gilcher went to the body, brought him back down. Got the near fall.
Yeah, it looks like he got a 3 count on that, so it'll be 6-1 going into the third period.
I mean, what's the strategy here, Pat? I say come to the feet and try to create some action.
Yeah.
And he does, right to it. I mean, this is the time to go.
Great level change.
Gilcher being tough, going to go limp knee.
Ooh. Man,
Wow.
Gilcher's got some flexible knees right there.
Oh my goodness, it's going to be called potentially. Nope, Angels let him wrestle through that.
Initially, I thought this might be a position where Gilcher's looking for a stalemate, but I think he could score here.
Well,
cradles.
Yeah, Roberts has to be very careful, keep his head up. He's got to scoot his hips back, and he got threatened with the takedown.
Yeah, this might be 3 here pretty soon.
I think he's got to get him to a hip.
Yeah.
Yep. Or get both knees behind Robert. There it is. 3. That was impressive, Gilcher. You know, Roberts got right into that attack, was threatening hard. Gilcher kept wrestling again, it was very sticky in the position, and ended up making it his own.
This match has kind of been a storyline of Gilcher like really taking advantage of opportunities, right? With that great takedown off that hard hand fight right at the end of the second period, then being able to pick up the quick back points, and now capitalizing off of Roberts' really strong attack.
Well, 100%. Like we had talked about the Big Ten, the grind of the season. You know, Roberts, number 19 guy. He's 8-1. He's wrestling Gilcher, who's, you know, he's 7-4, but he's just tough. Like an unranked opponent who very well could be ranked. And there he is, Roberts with the reversal, but it's 3-10, 36 seconds left.
Yeah, it kind of fell right into that, off that reversal into like a Navy ride. Could have thought he might have been able to capitalize into that some back points.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to have to be a takedown to the back or something, some kind of scramble. And even then, that won't be enough unless he gets a pin. But Gilcher's holding position. This is going to be a tough finish. And he got that rubber knee again. He like drops his knee and then kind of makes it, kind of whips it.
Yeah.
A very well wrestled match from Dylan Gilcher.
Yeah, it's kind of a breakout match for Gilcher, I think, this year. And for all, now we have number 9, Tommy Askey for the Golden Gophers, wrestling Cameron Catrabone, who is actually bumping up from 149. Michigan's regular 157-pounder Chase Saldate did not weigh in today.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. I would have liked to see Askey and Saldate square off. That would have been a great matchup. But regardless, Catrabone came in, collected Askey's elbow, and almost dumped him to his back with the fireman. So
yeah,
looks like we'll still have a match here.
Trying to capitalize on that opportunity given, right?
Well, 100%. Yeah, he's coming up from 149. He's wrestling a full-size 157 ranked 157-pounder in Tommy Askey, and he's already letting it fly. So you got to appreciate that, and I'm sure you know Michigan preaches it, as I know Minnesota did when Pat and I were back on the team. But like, you got to be ready. If you're not the starter, you're sitting behind. You're an undergrad or underclassman. Like, you could be pulled at a moment's notice. Someone goes down, gets injured, gets sick. You got to be close to wake, and you better wait and be ready to show up.
And you're wrestling for a top team like Minnesota or Michigan. That could be your shot. I remember when I was in college, Chris Dardanes is a perfect example of this. David Thorne got injured. Chris Dardanes came in, wrestled Logan Stieber, who was number 1 in the country at the time, and beat him.
Yeah, that was an insane match. I was in the stands for that as a high school wrestler, and it was incredible. And yeah, that really sprungboard Chris's career.
Yeah, you know, you could be potentially out of a spot. You never know when your opportunity is going to arise, and you got to be ready to take full advantage of it, right? And we work hard to have the opportunity to do things like that. Maybe they're not always guaranteed, but you always want to put yourself in a position where you're able to maximize your performance whenever.
100%. Yeah, they are right now. We got 2 minutes into the first period, and they're still hand fighting hard. Got your bone just kind of working. Tommy's working off of elbows and wrists, very much kind of a 2-in-1 in wrist wrestler. Both these guys long and lean, so we are going to be tied up in the wrist this match.
You know a thing or two about wrist fighting.
I do. Like, it's a nice little single. It kind of finished up and finished position. Yeah, I love the wrist wrestling. Kind of pull guys there and drag them and attack from single legs. Very if you're long and you're lean, you're maybe not as powerful as some of these guys, and it's not very rewarding to go under hip. So it's better to try to pull them off balance, drag to a leg, and keep out from underneath them.
The beautiful thing about wrestling, there's a million ways to skin that cat, and it's really cool how everybody can kind of take fundamentals and make it their own.
100% based on body type and athleticism and background and coaching growing up. Everyone has a little bit of a different style built around their physicality and physique. So start of the second period, Askey selects down. Catcher Bone starts on top. He's from New York. We might have a leg rider with us, but we'll see. Askey stands up right away, a little bigger. Now,
yeah, Askey actually also from New York as well. Transferred in this year from Appalachian State. Battle of two East Coast guys.
Yep, and now I would say the coaching staff from Minnesota is looking for Askey to start building on this. He's up 4-0, wrestling a 49-pounder. They're expecting him to start putting points on.
Talking about the Big Ten season too, and talking about momentum. I mean, how important is it too to just kind of continue to score points? And regardless, it's maybe, I remember our coach was talking to us a lot about, it's not always about the end score, but how you wrestle, right? Because that builds into the next situation, it builds into the next match, and all these guys are really preparing for the end of the year at the Big Ten tournament and the national tournament, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're wrestling an opponent, you're beating them by 3 points, and you get another takedown. You kind of seal that win and let them know that you got the best of them. Or if you're losing by 8, you're about to get majored. You get that takedown at the end. Let that guy know, I'm not gonna lay down. And when we wrestle off again, I'm gonna come at you regardless.
Yeah, because it's guaranteed that this won't be the last time they see each other, right? The Big Ten tournament is kind of where everything comes to fruition for these guys.
100%. Askey in on the single. Catcher Bone he's got to watch himself, with the danger rule. A nice little defense, though. If Askey can't work forward, put weight through his leg that's caught underneath him and Catcher Bone and maybe get behind armpits, he could finish this. But Angel's going to let the time expire. No change in control. That was nice. That was well done.
Yeah, good scramble by Catcher Bone to kind of keep that tight, right? Not give up the points at the end of the period.
Yeah, that would have been a big, that would have been another 3. It would have been 7-0. Askey, now it's still a 4-0 match, and Catcher Bone's going underneath. He's going to try to get his 1 and make it a 3-point match. That's 1 takedown.
Yeah, that's going from trying to save the major to giving yourself a shot at winning this match.
Yep.
30 seconds of ride time and counting for Askey right now.
Askey head down, tough ride, kind of going in the hips, in the armpits. Kind of a blanket ride, I guess I would call that. But now he's elevating that inside leg.
Lets him go with 58 seconds.
Ooh.
2 seconds short of the riding time. Maybe a little bit of a strategic blunder right there.
Yes. Very much so. I don't know. I think, they were yelling at him. They kind of told him to let him up. But, just not very aware of, the match clock and the riding time clock.
I think maybe the Minnesota bench is a little more focused on getting another takedown, which
Yes.
get the riding time. But, opportunity for Catcher Bone. If he can get a takedown here, tie it back up.
Head up. He should be working up, maybe looking for a waterfall position. Catcher Bone looking like he's trying to keep his hips back. He knows the threat there.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to kind of lock in the crotch. Maybe sink that outside elbow. Look for roll through scrambles and everything.
Mm-hmm. 30 seconds left. Now is the time if you're catcher Bone. I mean, especially with two long, lanky guys like this, it will not be a clean finish and takedown. There will be a scramble. So if you want any chance at a takedown, it has to start now. Kind of a very square attempt going underneath. Askey trying to pull elbows out, trying to threaten a corner. It's 8 seconds left. Shot to finish from Askey, but overall, probably a very well wrestled match for Catcher Bone. Keeping it very close with Askey, losing by decision.
Yeah, he definitely did his job there.
Yeah.
It was a 149-pounder bumping up, filling in for.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the
My
action.
own strength against me.
Yeah, I would definitely, he's a little more tentative now about putting hands on him or clubbing or reaching. And as he should be very careful here. Now this is tricky. Sparks Mantanona kind of sat through. Sparks is a leg rider himself. Got some funky rolls going on. Sparks staying with him, keeping that arm pulled back. He would like to get some back points here and really bring him back into the match.
You kind of notice, if you're going to talk about, again, contrasting styles, like I would say one word with Sparks is flexed and Bo is relaxed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, you know, a loose muscle can be a lot more explosive. He lulls you to sleep, and he's able to explode a lot easier when when he's a little bit more relaxed. And he's caught Sparks off guard. Sparks done good kind of coming back on top and being able to slow him down.
Yeah, Bo just literally came up to a quad pod and kind of forced, I think maybe with the length, you know, forced Sparks to pull his legs out and come out front. Otherwise, he was going to fall over the top and give up a reversal. Now it's 7-2. Riding time did get cut down to only 30 seconds riding time lead for Mantanona.
This is a good job by Sparks. Getting in on the leg, I think some of the times, like, guys are slick like that, you get a little tentative, but again, Sparks's advantage here is going to be his strength and his pace.
Yes.
Right? What Bo wants to try to do is keep him off guard.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's got to start now for Sparks if he wants to get himself back in this match. He's down 5, and he's got 30 seconds left in the second. The work needs to start now. And it would be very important for him to get a takedown.
Maybe like to see a few more angles. You know, he's clearing that. Maybe a drag. Nice high crotch.
Oh, now he's just, yeah, but now he's got to work his head, you know. Mantanona in a splits, keeping his back ankle protected. He's in the hip there too. Got kind of a crotch lift, almost freestyle position.
Would need to probably drive him actually to a hip to be able to get the control.
Yeah.
To meet criteria on that position. So no takedown there at the end of the second period.
So Sparks' choice, this is a tough choice. You know, Mantanona is a leg rider and he's long. He's gonna go, I don't know what the selection is. He's going neutral. It took him a little bit to decide there, which I can't blame him. I would also second guess that.
River actually had to go up and ask him.
All right, now.
Off that wrist roll, I'd like to see Sparks see maybe a drag or something to get some more angles going.
Yeah, he does need to follow up his clearing these ties. Otherwise, it's too one-dimensional, and Mantanona will feel everything coming his way. You're right, wrist roll it, drag off of it, pass it, start putting them together, which he is now because, again, like I say, at the 157 match, you got to go now. You're down 2 scores, and you got 1 minute and 16 seconds left, and it's not going to be a clean finish against Mantanona.
Yeah. Sparks hustling back to the center.
Yeah,
Putting on these attacks. We got to find a way to get to the body and secure.
I mean, I don't think Sparks shoots a double leg, but that would be the answer. Because this is just, now you're tied up, and he's trying to step over, potentially dangerous, which that is the call. I mean, his knee was turned out sideways there.
Yeah, that was about 180 degrees turned back the opposite way as it's supposed to go.
We do have to remember, I think Mantanona does have one stalling call.
Yep.
He's in on his own shot. Sparks sit in corner. Can he get to the inside ankle and step over it? He's got to get either put his foot in his armpit and kick his other foot free. A few things here.
On the wrong side.
Yeah, he is. And you got to be careful. This could turn pretty bad for called stalemate.
Strategically, great job by Bode right there, getting in on the legs to kind of negate, like what you were saying before that. One more stalling call and a takedown would tie it up, put it into overtime with no riding time right now.
30 seconds in the period.
Pressure forward, but you know, it's too little too late now. 9 seconds left.
Yeah. And going back to the finishes, I think he's spending a lot of time on the mat, right? And the guy, this is funky. I think we got to get that leg up in the air. We got to work to put him in a position where he's not comfortable, because he's so long. He's going to be able to leech on, and in a Big Ten room, he spent a lot of time fending off these attacks.
Gave up a second stalling call at the end there, and gives up one more point. But Mantanona wins 7-4, and for this young freshman, he's 7-1 now this season and in his career, and he's looking pretty promising.
Picks up a top 10 win against very strong Andrew Sparks.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Right to a switch. We love to do some good old mat wrestling, don't we, Pat?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Whoa!
Walker tried to counter that switch with his own front roll. Whiting did a great job staying with the roll, riding the hips, staying tight to him, and right as Walker reached back, he almost got put to his back. Very similar in the 49-pound match when Roberts was trying to stand up, looking back, trying to reach over and got put to his back, gave up 3 near fall.
I think the level of mat awareness that has to happen in some of these matches is sometimes underappreciated, right? Like,
oh yeah,
these guys are, you know, literally doing gymnastics attached to another person.
Yeah, that was an awesome exchange right there.
I had a coach at one point who told me that, you know, wrestling is just combative gymnastics.
Yeah. Very much so. You know, Pat, you've done a lot of competing and traveling and training overseas, and it sounds like a lot of those foreigners start their practices and warm-ups just doing a lot of tumbling and gymnastics.
Absolutely. You know, in a lot of other countries, they start with gymnastics. They don't really even compete or do wrestling until later, right? I think the theory behind that is you can't control somebody else's body until you can control your own, right? Mm-hmm. And I think, I mean, we've learned that with our significant others being a lot more athletic than both of us, I think, being Division I gymnasts, we'll learn firsthand the importance of being able to.
Well, yeah, body control, body awareness, exactly. Now Walker is, you know, he's put together a few good attacks, and this is going to be good. I like to see these guys get in the legs and have some explosive takedowns.
You see that power and a lot of exchanges going back and forth. I think it's only a matter of time. You'll see in the maybe end of second period, down in the third period, really some of those coming into a finish here. Whiting with 42 seconds of riding time.
Right there. Whiting tried to keep his arm. Now we're up in the kind of the waterfall position. He came up. This is big. 8 seconds left. Whiting needs to defend here. I would maybe go to the crotch, but he's got his leg elevated. Walker's got Whiting's leg elevated. Unable to finish.
again, end of the periods, score, no score, right there can really be the turning point of the match. And Whiting doing a good job fending off that attack. And that position is one we've seen consistently throughout the duel. Being able to finish there versus not finish there can really change the momentum of a lot of matches.
Oh yeah, I mean that's tough. You come over the top, they fall to their hip. You're trying to step over and hook their bottom leg, but they're grabbing your ankles and they're either in your crotch or your hip, or you're going and really making it difficult to finish. Nice little sit out, drop down.
Really timely as well for Walker. Able to get out.
Oh yeah, that was a big deal. If Whiting with 56 seconds of riding time, so it's tied up 2-2. No riding time. This is tied up. Whiting in on a nice high crotch. Walker gives him the hips.
Yeah.
Whiting stays with it. Now he's in a head inside single leg position. Heavy hips from Walker. Walker just trying to walk corner. Whiting goes back waterfall. Now he's trying to, you got to step over that inside leg. Keep his ankle free.
Yeah.
Quite. And Walker hasn't.
Make sure that Walker can't pick that ankle up, and he gets it out the ground. Still able to turn the corner.
Whiting trying to cross face him off his leg. That was a nice finish. Now Whiting's got like a, well, I was gonna say a bow, but kind of on the wrong leg. He's got the cross face. He's got ankle hook.
With the takedown, just past another minute of riding time there.
30 seconds remaining in the
Doing
period.
a good job to keep that foot in.
Yep.
To continue to keep the ride going. Walker looking for a restart as he goes out of bounds.
The way Walker has been getting away, he goes to that short sit, clears his armpits, and he just almost slips underneath. I think we could finish. Walker wants to do that again, get to his feet, and we can have an explosive finish to this match.
Absolutely. 24 seconds left. It's
Right there, that is a nice little sit.
Called it. He's looking back to get to that high crotch again.
Whiting needs to keep his hand. This is where you got it. You can't panic and start. Yep, and get hit with the stalling call. Now it's 10 seconds left. Whiting is up 5-3 with riding time secured, so it is technically 6-3. Even a takedown will only tie it for Walker. Now Whiting should follow that up right as Walker shoots past and he down blocks. You just can't let him keep shooting in on your legs. You need to run corner and finish the match.
Absolutely. Great finish. A great match for Whiting.
And Whiting with a little flex there.
A lot of times, he's got some big guns. For
He
sure.
does. I would also be hitting it too if I.
Weight programs are working well.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
That's all right. This is a different match for Max. Max is really, look at that. That is one of his best positions, but nothing. Wow. Right as Max is running, going hips and finishing, Bullock reaches back, grabs that whizzer in that seatbelt position, just hips him back out front.
That kicked him right back over. That takes a lot of strength to be able to do that.
Yeah,
That kind of had him dead to rights. Maybe Max could have finished that a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, he came up to the hips and gave up to the seatbelt.
Instead of dropping to the legs, right? Not giving him an opportunity to sneak that whizzer in, to give him a hook. Would have been cleaner, but.
Hey, it's Big Ten wrestling.
Big Ten.
Max makes his, Max makes his money in the go behind position. Like he was so quick to that corner, kind of, the same way that Gable hits that every time too.
You notice on that position too, he went. A lot of people will go flag right where they block right behind the armpit, but Max went to a short drag right there, which can be super effective and a lot of times maybe not, like a little underutilized. But now we're at 1-1. Riding time not a factor at all. One of these guys is going to have to go get it if they want to take this match.
Yeah, I think someone's going to have to, I mean, someone has to go underneath. I think they're both a little hesitant because they both know that they can the other guy's got a pretty good re-attack. Right there, Max is kind of fake and trying to get Bullock to go hands down. Maybe he's going to try to run corner. But you're going to have to commit to a shot to get, either of these guys to finish.
Yeah, both guys have shown some exceptional counter wrestling so far.
.45 seconds left in the match. Max, wrestling in front of the home crowd. We got a lot of clubs and youth teams and high school teams in attendance. I'm sure Waconia is here as well, cheering them on. So this is a big match. .30 seconds to go.
In a match like this, you know the guy's got a great counter wrestler, so you don't want to take just a over aggressive shot, but you also got to keep him on his toes, right?
No, you're right. It's a fine balance. You just can't shoot. You will put yourself out of position. It's you create a little opening and seize it, and it's gonna have to be a quick finish. Now we're in overtime, so now this is serious. I mean, it is sudden victory. Two minutes. Straight on shot from Bullock. Max eats it with his face a little bit, wrestles out of it. Nice fakes he's putting together.
I think one of the things to note is, which is making it so hard to get a score, is both these guys are very compact in their style. Right? When they go to the legs, they bring their body to it.
Nice, quick finish from Max. Bundled those ankles together. Left no room for the scramble.
Bullock a little disappointed. Wants to get off the mat.
Bullock, yeah, you got to come back and shake hands. I think he just maybe forgot. Nice win for McAnally. Yep, here it is. Slips off that wrist roll. Goes like a kind of a low, high crotch position. Switches low double and finishes it quick.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
He did chase him out of bounds. Cardenas backed out maybe a little bit.
Yeah, but that's kind of the stuff we need to do. We need more follow-ups, right? Sometimes I think wrestlers think about literally just defending, right? It's constant. It's a constant thing. Defense turns into offense, and offense turns into defense. It's always a position. You should be attacking the position, right? It's not defense, now think about offense. And good things happen when you continue to put that stuff together.
When Cardenas, tough on top, goes chop wrist. Getting to a wrist. Salazar kicking. Ooh, he's giving up some points now, back points.
Yeah, that tilt was nice.
Yeah.
Able to get that cross wrist quick, kind of stick that elbow right in there and pull him back. That's just so deadly about that cross wrist position, is you can end up having a lot of options. The best guy's on top.
Yeah.
Just kind of take what the guy on bottom gives him.
Well, and I can tell you just watching Cardenas, he is as strong as he is, like, got the length, because everything he does, it's grippy. It's hard to clear him off a tie. He gets to your wrist on top, and he's taking your arm, which that's usually what Salazar does to guys on top. So it's a little weird for him to be in that position.
Great fight right there. I think Cardenas is used to be able to drape over these guys like a wet blanket, and Salazar's saying, no, I'm still in this fight.
Hipped out. Minute 6 left in the second. Now this is big time. This is where Salazar needs to go.
You can pick up a takedown right here.
1 minute per period.
Close it in within a 2-point match. Maybe erase riding time.
That is a tall order. You know, Cardenas top 3 in the country right now. Like, is to go underneath and pull his leg in and finish it is going to be about everything he can do. But, you know, Salazar is experienced. He is strong. Nice little fakes.
See Cardenas trying to throw that thumb block in there. Every time Salazar tries to get inside, he's trying to utilize his length, almost kind of like a fighter with a long reach wants to keep the space similar.
Yeah, a boxer uses their jab to keep distance. He's using that thumb block and just keeping Salazar out of there. And Salazar, I know he likes to shoot on a straight-on single leg, but against Cardenas, you will have to create action and move. So Cardenas' selection, he chooses down to start the third.
This typically is Salazar's position on top.
I mean, this could be big for him if he can't get to his own deep waist, wrist chop, get to his 2-on-1 position and look for a tilt. But Cardenas up right away and picking pockets. Salazar stays with it. Nice ride.
Yeah, good continuous wrestling, right?
Yeah.
You can't get to the regular mat return. You got to drop down the legs and keep going. Race riding time now. At what point do you start looking to cut him if you're not feeling like you can get that turn, right?
That's a good question. I mean, if you cut him, you need, is it 2 takedowns, maybe 3? And I don't know. And yeah, so I mean, Cardenas answered it for us. He did that quick little sit and drop underneath. So we're back up on our feet, 8-2.
Salazar's going to need 2 takedowns.
Well, yeah, you're right. Takedown, he's going to have to ride him out on that second takedown. And that's a big if.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to get our first takedown.
Still shooting pretty straight on, and I think it's really tough with the length.
It is.
To be able to finish off of something like that. Hands moving a little bit more.
Cardenas following that up, yeah. Salazar's going to get a little... Stay on him, keep that pressure going.
Go for contingent, looking for a stalling call. River putting his hands in his pockets. Oh, there it is.
He does get stalling, so that was the second stalling call. Stalling 1. So now it's...
Knows he has 1 to give right there.
Still, we have the matter of the takedown and getting that. And we've got 10 seconds left.
Finish out the third period. Cardenas comes away with the 8-3 decision in the top 10 matchup here. Great display of wrestling.
Gable right away with forward pressure. You know, Heinzelman's a top 10 wrestler, so he will be putting up a fight. But it's hard. You know, these college athletes are facing Gable. So much international experience that it's a different level.
Absolutely. Once in a generation talent too, and it's
that
impressive what this guy can do at 285 pounds.
I mean, right there, he hit an over tie or overhook. Just tries to swim it out, you know, kind of a slide by position. Just real dirty, tricky things. The pulls, the fakes. his attacks to the corners. He moves like a 25-pounder at heavyweight. That's really what makes him so good.
Yeah. And we talked about this a lot throughout the duel, but the subtleties and pressure, right? And the guys that are super successful are the ones that can feel that and anticipate it. And Gable does that better than really anybody in the world, you know? And it's cool to watch. But Heinzelman definitely going to be well coached right here.
Already with a stalling call. Gable gets into a high crotch, dumps Heinzelman to his hip and finishes. That'll be interesting to see what Gable decides, if he wants to try to ride and maybe turn, which right now that's what he's throwing. He's threatening a cradle. Big man cradle coming in, slapping it on, falling back, making his adjustment, nodding to the crowd, letting them know.
A little bit of the WWE showmanship right there.
Dropping shoulder, and he's about,
There it is.
There it is. The crowd is on their feet. They love it. What a finish to the home Big Ten star duel.
Getting the people hyped up.
And well, that was a nice little exclamation point for the Gophers to finish this duel, winning the duel 25-10 against number 21 Michigan. There it is. Quick cradle, quick adjustment. And in college, it's practically a touch fall at this point. You roll over both shoulders just for a half second. They're going to pin you.
Awesome. Well, the Gophers finish out the duel, winning 25-10 here, taking a good amount of the matches and making it happen.